not enough retardation at the front. And, man, it's gone in hard.
It did happen to Wayne Gardner back in 2002 in practice in the David Bernard car.
Yeah, it was a Stone Brothers car at the time.
And that's the scary side. That flame racing straight back to the car.
Entry of Paul Radicic. Here's the replay. Watch here.
No, he's run out of road. Look at this, and he's gone. Oh, my goodness me, that is a shocker.
That is big, big impact. He's gone around the outside of the Super Cheap Commodore and cannot pull this car up.
No, it's on the edge of the sand trap there, Lee, so he just can't get the pace off the car. That was Bargwanna. That was Bargwanna. Had a huge moment. It's rolled.
That's a Bundy car.
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness. One of the Bundaberg Red races has gone over. You'll see it here on the replay. This is incredibly massive impact.
The HRT car is not quite comfortable in its... Ambrose has had a massive shunt. Ambrose has had a massive shunt. So Greg Murphy's involved. More cars. The track is jammed. The track is jammed.
Can you believe that? That was huge.
As the cars head up to the cutting. Oh, big, big trouble between Ambrose and Murphy.
Ambrose was sideways on the exit of Griffin's. And look at that. They were coming up there almost side by side. We take you on board.
At the wheel of the PWR Holden number 50, and just on the exit of Reed Park on the run to McPhillamy. That was Brad Jones in the WOW Racing Commodore, but an enormous amount of time passed, and then Chris Pither arrived on the scene in the Team Kiwi car and just drove so hard into the B-pillar area of that car. Oh, there was a touch to car number 33 was involved in that. That's the Holdsworth Skyfleet car, and Skyfleet was the one at the wheel at the time. Look at that, rain on the lens, greasy conditions. Two cars do not run side by side down into the dipper. Now, this is a weird one. Look at that. Jones had nowhere to go. That's the wheel that I'm sure will have parted company from Paul's car, from Stephen Richards' Paul Dumbrell car. See the car in the background, it was Craig Lowndes. So that wheel was bouncing on the run, exiting turn 2, bouncing on the run up towards the cutting, and it somehow bounced its way into the path of Craig Lowndes. He's a very lucky man not to have copped that wheel. We didn't see it, but it was just to the right of screen there, and there's the damage on the 888 car. Unbelievably bad luck.
That's the sister car.
It's big contact with the wall, so yeah, I had a feeling that you could see that left rear wheel hanging out, but I wasn't going to stick my neck out because it had so much damage on it from earlier in the day. Big contact there.
And that's enough to give him a fair shake-up, understandably. We take you on board the WPS Ford with Max Wilson heading down into the S's. Bang! Knocks it in backwards, and that was very early on.
It's on board now with Andrew Jones from Tasman Motorsport. He just completed an out lap. This is his first flying lap in car 3, and look at that, very much reminiscent, I think, of Jason Richards' switch to the 23 car for the remainder of the afternoon.
But this was the most frightening one. At 270 kilometres an hour, Stephen Richards, the car just aggressively broke left and went straight into the wall.
You crest the top of the hill, look to the left, and it was because of the traffic to the right that trapped Jack in that position.
Late better release forward of Jamie Whincup, Craig Lowndes. Zinger replay. Steve Johnson, it just got taily. It just got away from him.
Wow. Whoa. Smacked that wall on the outside, just past Skyline very aggressively. Here's the replay of what happened to Anthony Tratt in the Toll HSV car. Oh, it turned in, got it sideways. Big impact with the wall, back of the car. Badly knocked around there. Oh, comes into frame. Totally out of shape. That's our remote camera up on top of the wall there.
Because we are going to have an incredible finish to this race.
Chase ran out of road on the outside. My goodness me, that's an off. At 300 Ks, it flew right across the road. Thank goodness there wasn't another car there. Why was that? Was there some technical issue with the car? He tried to drive it out the other side, but he couldn't quite get it up to the verge. What a ride. Jason Richards, look at this.
Whoa. Zinger replay, Jason Richards.
He couldn't steer the car. Could not steer the car. Debris all over the racetrack. damage is already done before he got to McPhillamy, so he's whacked the wall up at Reed Park, and that's the aftermath, unfortunately, because Damien wasn't able to steer the car.
This will explain on the Zinger replay. So contact with the rear first. He tagged the right rear, and from then on, it was a matter of being shot into the concrete wall. A little bit loose there. Bang. Wham, crunch, up, stopped.
Watch the leader, huge, huge, huge moment through the chase. 300 kilometres an hour, surfs out the other side, almost rolls the Castrol forward, gathers it up, drops a bunch of spots. The race has gone off. Involved in something like that today.
This will unfold for car 25 up the top here. You'll see it. Oh, they both went in. So to have something on the track there, and then Scaife as well, they all go in at exactly the same spot. Sparks fly.
Oh, nasty business that is. Yeah, so very heavy-duty contact.
Well, this will explain it better. Loses the rear end. This will be the contact from one side of the circuit to the other.
Very strange attitude from the car in the mid-corner.
This should explain the incident. Oh, dear. Jonathan Webb did make contact with the wall really early on and winds up in the sand. He shouldn't hit this wall because the major impact was on the right-hand side. Wilson will take the advantage, and Luff, and Baird. There goes Craig Baird into the wall at turn 2.
This will be a safety car.
So this Zinger replay will explain that is super fast and super hard. Oh dear.
The approach speed to that particular piece of track is...
It's Sam Walter driving along. Zinger replay will tell us.
That's a very unfortunate, very unnecessary incident.
Up over he comes, goes down that bitumen area. It's been surfaced this time around, and now straight into the dipper, and... Okay.
Not too bad, but it's still awkwardly parked. He's ended up offline there, and there's no grip at all off the racing line up there.
Dean Canto comes across Skyline through this. Ooh, whack, whack, whack.
Yeah, that's a big shunt. Massive damage on the left-hand side of that car.
Up on top of the mountain at Forest Elbow, in fact. It was triggered by this. Jason Richards and the Team BOC entry went straight into the wall. Now, a couple of cars went past, but then Jamie Whincup arrives right on cue, and big damage.
Yeah, big damage. And look, it's such a difficult place. It has run into the door with the left-hand front, which probably, in terms of overall damage, that's where there's serious damage. Jason Richards' car, big damage. That's actually the same thing as Bargwana did here many years ago. He clipped the inside wall and went in the fence.
To keep chatting, and he's made big contact up at Reed Park on the exit of it.
Still with me, mate?
Tander goes through.
Yeah, mate. Yep.
He's hurting.
It's knocked the wind out of him for sure.
Okay,
See it jump.
deep breath, get some fluid in there.
Jump sideways on the marbles. Big contact with the wall. Safety car. And big contact. That's straight ahead off Skyline. He hasn't been able to... There's a left-hand kink in the road. You saw all the marshals jump back.
And this will be why he will have clipped the wall here at Forest Elbow, and hard. Ouch.
Yeah, it's big contact there, so it's broken the front right steering.
That's a traditional welcome to Bathurst.
From what I can remember, I just clipped the inside wall at turn 3 and
huge damage. This is young Chaz Mostyn. We've seen an unbelievable run from him this year. And have a look at that damage, Crompo. That was a very fast accident.
And it's his debut in the main game here this year. And what a terrible way to get started for him. It's the same spot Kevin Barton came unstuck in the Camaro all those years ago.
Watch this. Murph comes up. He's wide, really wide. And he will go straight into this wall at huge speed.
It's major damage. And in fact, that's a mega shunt. Here it is again. That's a 260 km/h approach to that. Here is the Gillette replay. So traffic forced him wide. It was Todd Kelly on the inside. Davies had to run around the outside.
and has clouted the concrete wall in a significant impact that has completely destroyed the right rear corner of that car and has then just crept off to the left with that right rear wheel adrift.